this section on addition of property of equalities, we'll be using the additive inverse to solve expressions or equations which are made up of expressions. Because of this equal sign, we can find a value for x by doing the inverse of the operation being performed. Here we're subtracting 3, so if we add 3 to both sides of this balanced equation, we haven't changed the value of the equation, we've changed something on both sides. A negative 3 with a positive 3 will cancel out, leaving an x, and 6 plus 3 will give us 9. Now each time you solve an equation, you can always plug the answer that you have for your variable back in to see if it makes a true statement. 9 minus 3 does give us 6, therefore we know we're correct. In the second example, where the operation being used is addition, so we'll subtract 5 from both sides of our equation. Because it was a balance, we have to do it from both sides. A positive 5 with a negative 5 will cancel, and x will equal a positive 2 added to a negative 5 will give us a negative 3. Now, in this problem, the variable doesn't come first, and sometimes that confuses students, but we want to solve for that variable k, so we want to remove the 8. Now the sign in front of the 8 is positive, therefore we're going to subtract an 8 from both sides of our equation. The 8's will cancel out. We'll be left with k is equal to a negative 2 combined with a negative 8. Both of them are negative, so we add and we get a negative 10. Now, if the variable is on the right side of the equation, we won't always want to solve for our variable. You'll want to use what's called the symmetric property and change the order around. If negative 4 equals x minus 7, then x minus 7 equals negative 4. Once we get to this step, we can follow the same pattern that we did in the first example. The 7 is negative, so we'll add 7 to both sides of our equation, therefore resulting the x's will be left here, or x will be left, and a positive 7 with a negative 4 will give us a positive 3. As you work through this section, be very careful and remember the sign of a number is in front of the number, and we want to use the additive inverse, and whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other.